All right, we are recording. Hey, everybody, welcome to the call tonight. Happy Monday. This weekend went by so fast. But I want to start off tonight with some recognition. Well, first of all, shout out to Rachel. I actually didn't check today. I checked yesterday. So last I knew, she was the first and only person on the board with Success Club points. If anyone else has some on, feel free to shout them out. I totally forgot to check that today. I don't love how the new back office, like, you know how you used to have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you have to like export the report to get that, unless anyone knows a better way to see that. Um,
To get current Success Club points?
no, like, you know how it used to be like your coach ID, your name, then Success Club points, then your volume, then everybody's all the past 5 weeks volume in your downline.
Oh, yeah.
So now I
Um,
like never go to that report anymore unless it's Thursday. All right. So anyway, shout out to you, but a bigger congratulations because I wanted to talk about, so our coach, Nikki, well, my direct upline is Nikki Johnson. There was a point where she was in the top 50 in the company. She was been elite 2 or 3 years in a row, 6-figure earner in her and her husband's account, like an awesome, awesome coach. She's doing a training program with some coaches who are deserving, and 4 people from our team have been chosen to be in it. So, and there are only 20 people in this group right now. So that's amazing. So we're like 1/5 of the group. And I'm so proud of that because it means we have an awesome team of leaders. She respects us. She actually, well, I talk to her all the time, but she had to make cuts for the last, she had so many submissions and she was only taking 10 at a time. So she had to make cuts. So it's not like, oh, everyone just got it and something like that. Like, we were selected by a group of people. So I'm so proud of having such a high number of us in there, and hopefully it'll be more. I think she's probably not going to do it for a couple months, but for the next time. So that is my piece of recognition. I'm most proud about that for you guys. All right. So I wanted to kind of make sure we're all on the same page of, we have so much coming up. So as we lead into Summit, which is kind of like, they call it Summit because it's, the peak, the top of a mountain or something. It's like the peak of our year. July for some reason is like such a huge month for us. Like January's, it goes like July, August, January, and then some other months fall in between. And you'd think like, oh, people have already like made their decisions to choose health and fitness for the summer, or lose weight or get their beach bod on. But shockingly, July is a huge month for us. So anyways, we have a lot of things that will be leading up to it, big announcements coming up, new products and all that stuff. So I kind of wanted to give a breakdown of what's coming up, and then we'll talk about a little bit of how to market it and how to talk to your people about it. So the first thing that's coming up is the beach bars. So, excuse me, I am so freaking excited for the beach bars. They are going to, I don't have all the details in front of me, but we can talk about them a little bit. I'm sure Sam knows more of the details than I do, but they are an amazing price point, especially for coaches. So if you have someone on your, who wants to buy them, they get a 25% discount if they sign up as a discount coach. Sometimes we call them a preferred customer if they're scared of the word coach because they don't want to do what we do as running the business. But just for signing up, they'll get the 25% off. So it's an awesome price point. Of course, amazing ingredients. They rolled them out like 7 months ago at one of these high level events that we had for 5-star and aboves to test them. And the people complained, I guess you could say, about some of the ingredients in there. There was soy or soybean oil or something that they weren't happy with, and a few artificial ingredients. So they redid it and sampled them again to the next leaders in January, and they were psyched with the ingredients in there, and they're rolling them out in April. So I've worked for a lot of companies, and it's amazing to see a company that listens to what we say and makes the changes for what we want. Like, obviously, you can buy 1,000 bars on the grocery shelf. We need something that's going to stand out. We want something that doesn't, it's so important. They do surveys and stuff. You'll get them sometimes. Really, for me, it's super important, especially because honestly, I'm going to buy them for Poppy. She takes a granola bar, like, she'll eat anything, but she usually takes like a kashi bar out of the cabinet for breakfast on the go or a snack or something. And, I try to buy the best ones, but sometimes, it doesn't always work if she has her choice at the grocery store too. Like, you look at that shelf and there's so many options. So knowing that I 100% trust the ingredients that are in there and know it's safe for kids. And I mean, they may not say like, you know, because legally you can't say certain things are safe for under a certain age, but I give her Shakeology. So I'm fully confident that it's fine for her. Details are in the FAQ. We posted them in the team page. Look them up. As we say, GTS, Google that, because, for the price point and all that stuff. So you got to get familiar with it. I think back to the days when I used to be a waitress, and we used to, serve wine, and their bosses would be like, okay, this wine's a deep red that has notes of chocolate and it's blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I was 21 or 22 and I was like, what? That tastes like I'm drunk. So I didn't study it. I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to sell it. I was like, oh, you should buy this. I didn't do it. So I didn't do my research. So I had no idea how to sell those things. This is the time we have to do those things, is do the research to know what we're selling, know the ingredients, know that it's gluten-free, know that it's, whatever your thing that you need to know, the flavors, all that stuff, the price points. And then, right now, I think it's only for the month of March. Daily Sunshine is only $75 for coaches or discount coaches. This is literally the best deal ever. It's normally $130 or $100 if you're a discount coach. Poppy drinks it probably 3 or 4 days a week. Comes in chocolate or strawberry banana. It's great for you if you need a snack and you're like, want something different than Shakeology. It's more of a snack, I'd say. You know who drinks it every day is Sean T, which I think is so funny. I never see him post about Shakeology. I follow him on like Instagram and stuff, but I always see him post about that he's drinking his Daily Sunshine. But that is, again, awesome ingredients in that. And it's a great deal. So if you have anyone with kids that are picky eaters, some kids might not like the taste. It's not like an apple juice or something that they could just get, out of the cupboard. Honestly, it's not. So like for Poppy's, I put a half a cup of almond milk, the rest water, and some shaved coconut, and she loves it. And actually she makes it by herself now. I have nothing to do with it. So she likes it. So, okay. So just don't forget that price point. We also I know I'm talking really fast, and maybe we'll go to spend a day each week. One of us will go down and break through everything a little bit deeper, but just do your research, look it up in the FAQ. That's the only way to learn. The next thing that we just came out with is the Coach Sampler Pack. And this is also an awesome deal. So if you've ever been like, I want to try that product, but I don't really want to spend $50 on Recover, whatever the prices are on Energize and all that stuff, because what if I don't like the taste, or what if it gives me a weird reaction, or what if I don't like how I feel afterwards, or whatever. The Coach Sampler Pack has one of everything. So one of every flavor of Shakeology. And I don't remember how you used to only buy one sampler pack. Is that for this also, or no? I can't recall. So
I'm pretty sure coaches can only buy this one.
Okay. So you can only buy it once, but it's still cool.
But if you have a spouse account, you can buy it again.
True story. I'd always, definitely buy it in your spouse account, or to keep yourself active too, if you want to change it up from Shakeology. So you can taste all the flavors of Shakeology, all the performance line, or you can have some for samples to give away. And it's an awesome deal for that too. The next thing that's coming out, and I wrote down the name, but I think I wrote it down wrong. I wrote down B2, but I don't, 2B Mindset. I wrote down B2. 2B Mindset. So there are like 4 or 5 coaches in our uplines group that are in this test group, and they've had awesome results. It's not have anything to do with working out per se. It's really based on the mindset of eating and food. I know for me personally, like I have like the worst relationship with food ever. And I probably don't know a woman who doesn't, whether it's overeating, undereating, anything. There's on both spectrums. And I guess guys too, honestly. But it's just getting that mindset right of like, why am I eating this? What can I be eating? And it teaches you a lot about the mindset of it. So like we all know kale trumps donuts every day, right? That's not a question. If it was that easy, we wouldn't have jobs, right? But it's not. So it's the mindset piece. So I think that's going to be huge, especially at least personally for me in my market, because I do have a lot of people that are, bigger like myself and know the right thing to do. We're smart women, just can't mentally get there sometimes. And for me, especially, I know that I will benefit from that. So that's coming out May 2nd, I believe, beginning of May. The cool thing about that is, so Beachbody, listen to us again. I swear, I know I'm like preaching here, but I've never worked for a company that makes so many changes in our favor. When Beachbody On Demand was released, we lost a lot of income because with every every launch of a program, we wouldn't be getting any volume. So Shift Shop came out. I was in the test group, awesome results, but I don't really get anything extra because all my people that I've already sold to didn't buy it. When we used to buy the DVDs, they'd buy the DVDs every time they came out. So we'd be getting income every single time a new product came out. That wasn't happening. So they're changing the terminology of Beachbody On Demand. The challenge pack used to be called All Access. Now it's just called, I think, Annual Beachbody On Demand. I think they dropped the All Access because something like this, where it's not workout based, I gotta change it because I'm gonna keep calling it B2. 2B mindset is going to be an additional purchase. So if you'll still access it the same way and everything, it'll be online, but you'll have to purchase it separately. So it'll be an awesome opportunity for volume. We can go into more details as it comes out, but I'm really excited for that. For coaches, how it's going to work is like, I think if you buy it by if you're a coach, or I don't know the details, actually I can't remember what she said, but it'll unlock it on a certain date. If not, it'll unlock it in October or something. Is that what I mean? Go ahead.
So like with the new Joel workout, they're calling it Warrior or something, but that's not the real name. It's coming out for pre-purchase or pre-launch in June or July, maybe June, right around Summit. So if you guys bought the 80-day obsession kit when it came out, like in December and January, very similar thing. You get a few pieces of equipment, a little material, and you get it unlocked. And it doesn't come out for everyone else till October. So it's not like it comes out the next week and you're like, you actually get to do the entire program before anyone else if you do the unlock. It's like how it comes out on, DVD before it's on Netflix. You have to buy it before it eventually comes on Netflix.
Exactly. Oh, perfect. And then, the last thing was the Joel program that's coming out at Summit. I thought it was more of a HIIT-based thing, but today he posted that it's weights. So I'm not sure. It's both. It honestly looks like a modern version of Body Beast. I'm pretty psyched for it. Body Beast is actually one of my favorite programs. If you haven't done it, it's amazing. If you can handle Suggy, it's not for everybody. I just love him. And I mean, he like makes fun of girls and like is a little sexist and off whatever the word is. He's a little crazy, but it's just a great program. Okay. I know that's a lot of things coming out, but it just means potential sales. So if you're having trouble selling Shakeology, start talking about the bars. Ask people what they're eating for bars, what they look for in bars. Talk about the opportunity for it. Okay, next thing. I wanted to talk about the importance of events. First of all, the most important event are these team calls. Obviously, you guys are here. I'm preaching to the choir. You know how important they are if you're on this call. It's not the same listening to the recording. Obviously, if you can't make it, your way. I think Brooke last week missed her first team call maybe ever. She's been a coach for almost 3 years, and it shows in her success. So in Samantha too, actually, probably because I made her hop on my first team call and she wasn't even a coach, but I just didn't want to sit here and talk by myself. And honestly, even myself, I've been running these for 4 years. There are coaches that don't do it. Like, some coaches go on and off with them. And believe me, there are nights where I'm like, I just want to go to sleep. I've been going since 6:00. I have not stopped. I literally put Poppy to bed, clean up, make my dinner, sit down and talk to you guys. So like, I mean, you guys do the same thing. Brooke's still eating her dinner and her kids are probably still awake. Priorities, right? So the way I think of it is my team, like, it's kind of like an unspoken or a spoken thing, like your coaches under you will never do more than you do, right? Not necessarily saying that no one can be better than me, that or make more money or be a higher rank. That's not what it means, but they're going to do what you do, not what you say. So you can post team call every night in your team page if you want, but if you're not hopping on, they're not going to either. That is a good question. Will there be an option to get bars instead of Shakeology with the challenge packs when they come out? Not at the beginning, and probably not ever, because just like they did with Daily Sunshine, Shakeology will help you reach your results. Bars won't. So that's kind of how they do it. They kind of pair Shakeology together with your workouts or the performance line with your workouts because it'll help you reach your results faster. Yes, they do it because we get points, we get more money and all that stuff, but they do it because to help people get results. It's the best package. So probably not. So team calls, anyways, they're so important to be on. They're important to be on live. Yes, you can catch the recording, but you miss opportunities to ask questions. And I, don't believe there are such things as dumb questions, just dumb people. So you can just keep, I'm just kidding. You can just, ask questions and talk face to face. And I don't care about, what questions or what you have to say or look like or whatever. I just want you to be here and be present and know that it's so sweet and know even if you're only getting half of it, I've had people breastfeeding on the call before. Like anything you can do this, it's a sacrifice. So I always think of my day job. If my boss said to me, okay, we have a call at 10 o'clock every Monday morning, and I was like, I think I'm going to go get coffee instead. Or I think I'm just going to keep working and do my email instead. She'd be like, no, you're not. And so if you're taking this as a job, make it seem like it's your job. I always make the comparison, like if you were to buy a Planet Fitness, we have those as gyms up here, Gold's Gym, $150,000 investment minimum just to buy like the name, let alone the building and all this stuff. I don't know all the details of it, but so expensive, right? We pay $150. Like, give me a break. I sometimes say I wish that we had put in $1,000 investment because we would probably work harder, right? If you had $150,000 of debt on the line because of this choice, I know I'd work a lot harder, right? So that's why these team calls are so important. The next event that we have is Super Saturday, which I know we were talking about a lot in the team page today. That's the weekend of April 7th and April 8th. Depending on where you are, Sam posted the link. So if you don't know where one is near you, you can check out that link or ask. We also have our big upline page. So if you're like uncomfortable with going by yourself, no problem. There are people from all over the country. And also it's not like you're by yourself because you're with fellow coaches. Like I don't technically know you guys, some of you guys, but like I'd let you sleep on my couch. We could be best friends. I think we have that vibe. We're like sisters. So that's how it is at these events. The very first Super Saturday I went to was the first one. I've never missed one. The first one, when I signed up to be a coach, I went by myself. I was the only one on my team. I hadn't reached Emerald yet. Maybe I had. I can't recall. But I was the only one that wanted to go, and I'm the only one from up here. All my, my upline and her coaches are down south a little bit. I didn't know anybody, and I ended up just talking to people and friending them, and I found a girl who lives like a half a mile away from me, and we've been buddies since then. And now I run the one up here with some other girls up in Massachusetts, so it's pretty cool. We're going to have the bars to sample. So if you're in Massachusetts, we'll have the bars to sample. If you go to an event where there's either a super trainer or a corporate mentor, they will have the bars there to sample. So I'm pretty psyched about that. Also at ours in Massachusetts, I just found out, and I'm going to let you guys, whoever's coming to it, be the first ones to get on the list, but we're going to do headshots. It's only like, it's going to be, I can't recall the price. It's like between $15 and $20 for 3 edited pictures with a white backdrop. Like $20 total for the 3. So it's a pretty sweet deal. And then you can even like hold up a piece of paper if you want to have writing on it or whatever you want, props and anything. So we get 5 minutes per person. So I'm pretty psyched for that. And then there's a speaker and a live workout usually. Ours is It's probably going to be a medley, but my guess is Insanity, because I think whatever that Jeffrey or something's going to be running it. And there's a corporate video where they'll make some announcements. And it's just really a cool time. Like there's usually an inspirational story by either a coach or, by a coach, either a transformational story or a money story, something like that. We are having a girl named Keisha Fitzgerald come, and she's an awesome coach, and she's going to be speaking about working this business while working full time and something else. So, and building a team. Yeah, that's what she's going to be talking about. So she's awesome. Sam and I have heard her speak up in Maine before, and she's a really great coach to listen to. So get there. Consider it a business meeting. Like you can, obviously we all have sometimes there's some things, but I've never missed one, and I'm a single mom, and you make it work. So, the next thing is Summit. Tickets right now are $155. Okay. So, if you're a coach and you hit Success Club the first 3 months that you've signed up, so if you sign up in March and you hit it March, April, May, or April, May, June, you get a free ticket to next year's Summit. So that's, $150 value there. It's a pretty sweet deal and good, incentive. But Summit is so important. And I'm talking about these things because it brings us together, and it gets you, like sometimes you're working and you're like on your computer and you get distracted, or you're bored, or you're like, I suck. Or, I'm not as good as the coach I saw on Insta story today, or whatever it is. This kind of brings you all together, and you're like, there are people of every size, every shape, every part of the country, different parts of the world now, with every story and every income level and everything. And it's just like, you're like, feel not alone, I guess. Maybe I just feel like that because I literally am alone from 7:00 every night till 7 a.m. But I don't know, sometimes it's lonely behind the computer. And, I live for Monday nights where I can talk to you guys because it's not boring. So Summit, there are parties, there are speakers. One of the keynote speakers wrote The Happiness Advantage, Sean Anker. I knew I was going to forget the other girl's name. I just had it up. Something, Connie something or other. And
She is fabulous.
Is she? Can you tell me about her? Because I don't know much.
So once I heard her name announced, I hadn't heard of her really. She's a motivational speaker. Just go to her web, or just type in her name. I'll post it in the team page when I don't remember it off the top of my head. She's hilarious. And I just went through and watched every single one of her videos that was on her website because it was so engaging. And I think sometimes you just need to sit in a room and hear, like we heard Darren Hardy speak last year. So I don't know if you guys have read The Compound Effect or do Darren Daily. So it was like just being in a room with him is extremely invigorating.
And Brendan Burchard, that was amazing. And Chalene Johnson and Sean T went on for like a half hour and told like his deepest secrets. I mean, it was wild. Like, it's amazing. It's definitely business changing. No question about it. The first year I went, all my things went on. I had been a coach, for a year, a little less than a year. And all my things went onto a credit card. I bought a hotel room for $1,500 because I'm weird and I didn't want to share a room with anyone that I didn't know, and I didn't know anyone else going. So I spent that much money to stay at the Gaylord. And, I just made that part of my goal to pay it off. So then the next event after that, which I'm just going to touch on for 1 second, is the cruise. Just get registered. I don't care if you decide. I've gotten off the wait list twice. Just don't worry about it. Even if you don't go, you don't have to put any money down. Just get yourself on the wait list to at least have that opportunity. Because if your name's not on there, you will not be chosen to go. Even if you think you're not going to earn the money, you're not going to have enough money, doesn't matter. Just at least put your name on so that if something changes, you won't have missed that opportunity. Oh, sorry, my knee's cramping. Okay. Lastly, I was thinking before I got on this call about like my own mindset, because I've been actually super sick, not with like a cold or anything. Like my thyroid is like super messed up right now. So I've been like, it causes depression. And that's one of the side effects. I've been super depressed lately, like really negative, like, but I know myself enough to know, like, stop it. And I was noticing some of my messages I was sending today, and I was like, I don't even know the right words, like just negative, I guess, or like contrary almost, and like just picking for no reason. And so I know myself enough, and I've done a lot of PD to know, like, it's just a switch I have to flip and say, okay, you need to change that. No one likes it. It drives me crazy. I can't imagine the people I talk to all day. It must drive them crazy too. Um, and I often get sucked into other people's emotions. I don't know if you guys are like chameleons at all like that. Like when I'm around people that are super happy and upbeat, I'm super happy and upbeat. And I'm like, yes, life is so good. You're right. Life is good. This is amazing. And then, which is why I love those big events, because it's like all people like that. Or like I'm in this group chat with a bunch of girls, and it's like, no, you're being mean to me. No, I'm being bullied. No, this, no, that, no, this, no, that. And I'm like, like I have to decompartmentalize that. I actually muted the conversation, so I have no idea what goes on in there anymore. But, you got to change your mindset. And that's kind of, I think will be super helpful when B2 comes out, because it is so hard to do, but you just have you just have to make that mental change. Obviously it comes with personal development. So I know myself when I get to that point to start reading more or listening to audio. I'm listening to The Untethered Soul right now, which is good. It's about it's actually it's about how your mind is kind of always running and always thinking thoughts, and they're up to you to change. But you're like, well, and if you think, once you start thinking about it, you're like, oh my God, I've just had like 90 conversations with myself, and not all of them were nice. So positivity is really something I'm trying to work on. I want to work on it with you guys. No excuses. Like, excuses are something that like drive me crazy to myself, because I'm like, I don't need to work out today. Doing laundry is just as productive. Like, I need to do laundry. No, not a necessity. Working out is a necessity. These excuses that I create for myself, and I know everyone does, but like I like to use myself because I'm not calling on anyone. But like these excuses that I think in my head, like, oh no, I deserve to go to bed at 8:30, or I deserve to eat the cookie that was in the break room, or I deserve to take a night off from messaging, or I deserve not to work. Those things are not what we deserve. We deserve a life of freedom. We deserve to feel good in our clothes. We deserve not to have to go out to dinner on Sunday night and unbutton our clothes afterwards. I was like, got in the car. I was like, oh yeah, let's unbutton those pants. We deserve to have happy and healthy relationships. Those are the things we deserve. And I thought it already told me I had 10 minutes. Okay. And we don't get those things that we deserve by making excuses for things we want in the moment. You guys know I'm a big fan of Dave Ramsey, and I'm going to try to do this quote. And he says, one of the biggest distinctions between a child and an adult is that children make decisions in the moment based on what they want. Adults have to make the decision in the moment based on things they need. So something like that. I'll have to look it up, guys. I'm sorry, it's not exactly it, but we can't just make every decision in the moment about things we want. I would love a new car. Okay, I want a new car. I want a $35,000 car. The one that I picked out that I want is $35,000. That's dumb. Like, I cannot afford a $35,000 car. So I will not buy it. I'm being an adult and know the difference. I got my nails done yesterday. So I was like, I want to get my nails done every week. I calculated out that's $2,000 a year. That's insane. I was like, I guess I don't want it that bad. So figuring out the difference between want and need, and not making excuses for the things that we need, right? We and the things that we deserve. And if you feel like this business isn't working, or you're not getting the results you want with health and fitness, or making money, whichever one, I highly suggest, let's talk about the making money one for a minute. If you're like, oh, I'm not making as much money as I want to be. Well, first of all, this is not a get rich quick scheme. But second of all, add up the time that you actually spend working. And working means inviting, checking in with your customers, or coaches posting in your challenge group or team page or profile. Does not mean scrolling Facebook, does not mean scrolling Instagram, does not mean spending an hour on Canva making a pretty picture. Okay. It takes a little bit to differentiate those things, because sometimes, I spend a lot of time working on my Excel spreadsheets, but I just like fixing them and making them perfect, and that's not obviously working. So add up the time you actually spend working in a day or week. And, if it's an hour, like obviously this team call is work. I consider this work. For all of us, it's an hour, right? And then, you do some messages, blah, blah, blah. And you say you work 5 hours over the week, did you make $50 this week? Because that would be a great $10 an hour. Did you work 1 hour this week and made $0? That probably averages out. Did you work 50 hours on, no, that's, no one even does that. Did you work, 40 hours with Beachbody this week and made a $500 paycheck? That's pretty good, honestly. Yeah, it's not the best, but you will get there if you keep working 40 hours. I'm not telling anyone to work 40 hours in Beachbody. You don't need to. But if you worked 40 hours a week and took home a $500 paycheck, next week, if you did 40 hours, you'd bring home a $700 paycheck, and it just would keep adding up. Hours worked do equate to your income. If you're finding that you're putting in more hours working, that income is not coming, talk to me about it, and we can talk about, are the hours that you're working actually working hours? Because it might just be that you're not doing the right activities, not because you're doing it, you don't know better, you haven't done this for long. A lot of you guys are new coaches on here. And a lot of it is just that we spend too much time scrolling the news feeds. But same with your health and fitness. If you find that you're not reaching your goals with that, write down what you ate in the day for a week or two, and how many workouts you did and how many shakes you drank. And usually by that time, people don't need to show their coach. They're like, oh yeah, that's where it is. Once you write it down, it's super important. So I have one more thing, but does anyone have any questions or comments or concerns about a message, about anything we talked about tonight? Totally open. Got a few more minutes. Nothing? Come on, somebody help me. Throw me a bone.
I throw you a bone.
Thank you.
I just think, like, I get the frustrated with, like, I'm not at Success Club, blah blah blah, and it not hitting a goal can totally throw me off for like legit months. But I have to remember like, this is the long game, or whatever they say. Like, I've been in this for 3 years, and like the stuff I've been doing lately, like paying a bill, it wouldn't have happened if I never did the work in the first year. And so I remember, like, my husband, who is not always and still struggles with supporting this business, but like, he one time had so much extra time on his hands that he added up how many hours I worked versus how much money I made. And he's like, you're making 82 cents an hour. Something. He's like, that's not even minimum. It's not even $1. And then, like, one week I had a $500 week, and I was like,
exactly.
So, and obviously that week I think I worked like 10 hours. So that was a great week. So it's about averaging it out. At the beginning, it's not, and I still have weeks where, like, I make like 50 cents an hour, but that might be my income, and that might be the effort I'm putting in. But it's about just sticking it out for the long haul, and getting over that frustration. And when in doubt, just read some personal development, she says to herself.
But I doubt you make 50 cents an hour, honestly, these days. Like, if you really think about the hours you put in work.
Oh, yeah. No. That was an exaggeration. No, I definitely do not make 50 cents an hour. Sorry. That was a severe exaggeration.
Yeah.
Like, in my first, like, 6 months of coaching, if I had a week, he was adding up time I was sitting at my computer, not time I was working. So I spent a lot of time scrolling as well.
Exactly.
So that's not something he was considering.
So I hope this we'll get you guys to some sort of event and, really consider it. It's definitely business changing, but also keep in mind all the things that are coming up in the next couple weeks. It's super exciting. Um, I know we're all busy and have things going on, but this is the time that we have to change people's lives. You only get one of these. Maybe it was Rachel last week. Oh no, a girl at work. She goes, uh, you're just gonna get rich or die trying. And I was like, I think that's my life motto. Like, I work hard for the money. Like, it's my focus. That's me. I have like some weird hang-ups with money, but like, I'm gonna just keep trying every day, like until I reach all my goals. And I have my blinders on because I have two people. Like, Samantha is buying a very nice house near me. I have a girlfriend who just bought a $500,000 house, and I'm sitting here in my little like dump, and I'm like, oh gosh, don't look around. Like, keep your blinders on. Those are their goals, not yours. Like, it's hard to see some of those things sometimes, and you just got to keep going to your own marching to your own drum, and realizing what your goals are. If you are struggling at all, I suggest figuring out what your why is. If you don't know how to do that or what I'm talking about, we can talk about that or watch some of the other team calls. But next week, we're going to talk a lot more about building leaders, because I think that's super important, and the importance of getting to diamond. So we talked about emerald last month, most probably last month now. We did the Emerald Push group, and we had so much success from that. It was an amazing, amazing group. And I think the next step is diamond. And that's just one of the most critical points. Was really one of the most critical points of my business, diamond. And then again, when I hit 2-star, which is like the epicenter of the business, honestly. So we'll be talking about more of that in the upcoming months. But if there's ever something you guys want to talk about, or want to learn more about, shoot me a message or even post it in the team page. I don't mind. I'm always looking for new ideas to talk about on the team call, because I've done, close to 200 team calls. So that I would love to talk about something you want to hear, because I don't want you guys to look at me like I have 10 heads and think I'm crazy, because sometimes I don't know what's going on in your head if you don't tell me. So I'm here to help, and I want to answer your questions and make you guys as strong as I know you can be. And now we're going to get cut off. So if you guys have any questions, post them in the group, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you.